back to a brand new video. I'm Carl here at Carl Stacey Guitar Tuition, and today I thought we'd learn another classic iconic song, that is American Idiot by Green Day. Very popular song that comes up quite often in my lessons that I teach for several reasons, whether it's just a song that people grow to love and want to learn and just Green Day in general, or it's a song that I choose and I pick because I think it's going to help people and benefit people because it's fast, fun and simplistic, and that's exactly what this song is. Alright, so in total, the reason for that is in total we have 2 riffs and 1 guitar solo. Bang, that's it. Job done, easy as that, yeah? So we're gonna dive straight into it. E standard, grab your guitar, let's jump right in. Okay, so the main riff that starts the song off and then kind of continues throughout the verses that you heard me playing in the start of this video goes a little bit like this. So you've got all power chords. You can do 2-string or 3-string power chords depending on your comfortability, on your level and things like that. We've got 4 on the E, 4 on the A, 2 on the E, and then a very quick turnaround, 4 on the A, 4 on the E. The first round is open strings on the G, B, and E, and then the second rounding is exactly the same thing, but you're going to the 2 on the E instead of the open strings, so you have sort of 2 variations, 2 alternate endings of this, alright? So when you piece that together, you've got a bit of a strumming pattern to it. Sounds a little bit like that, yeah? That's me slowing it down a little bit so you can hear it a little bit easier and better and kind of get your hands around it a little bit. It doesn't do any harm to add some open strings sort of in between the power chord changes as well. That's something that's very common in music in general for fast songs, especially punk songs, just to add a bit of flair and feel and things like this into it, alright? So that's the main riff. Let's jump straight on over to the chorus riff that looks and sounds like this. Another quite straightforward, simplistic power chord progression, alright? So for there, the root notes, I'll play it slowly after this, but the root notes are going to be 4 on the A string, 4 on the E, and 6 on the A. Then you sort of just loop that round, bit of a strum pattern to it. Bob's your uncle, there you go. I'll play that one more time slowly for you. That just leaves the solo section now, and as far as guitar solos are concerned, it's not a difficult one necessarily. It still might challenge you a little bit depending on how long you've been playing guitar and where you're sort of at with technical ability and techniques and things like this, but it's not going to complicate things as much as a Guns N' Roses solo or something like that might. Yeah, that's the difference. That's the big signifying difference. And it also is quite repetitive. Once you've done one round, you basically do another of the same round with the alternate ending once again. So the solo leads off with this. Which is an octave sequence. Alright, so the root notes for those octaves are going to be 8, 6, 4, back to 6, and then a big run down, 8, 6, 4, 3, with the strumming pattern that you just heard before. From there, you're going to go into a single note kind of run that goes like this. That's on the G string, and the root notes for that are 3, 5, 6, 5, 3. And then you've got probably the hardest part of the entire solo right here, which again isn't super difficult, but it is the hardest part. That lick right there. So the root notes for that are 8, 9, 8, 11, 8, 8, 8, 11, 9. And then of course you're adding a little bit of the picking kind of rhythm to it. And then the solo from there goes one more round of those octaves that we just talked about. And then the solo ends off just a little bit differently with this. And that passage right there is exactly the same thing you played before. And the way you're going to end it is just sliding from that 3 all the way to the 8 and then hitting a 9 on the B string and letting it ring out, a little bit of vibrato kind of sprinkled in there. And that's it. That's everything. That's all. 2 riffs, 1 guitar solo, and you can play and learn this entire song from start to finish and have a blast doing it, yeah? So I hope that all makes sense. Feel free to stop and rewind and pause and rewatch and all that sort of stuff to maybe zone in a little bit more on those parts and pay a little bit extra attention and care on those parts. As always, if you have any follow-up thoughts or questions though, please do not hesitate to let me know and ask down below, and I'll happily answer at any point. Not a problem at all. If you're interested in booking lessons with me one-to-one, I do offer that if you are local to me. If not, one-to-one online is also great. The information will be down below if you want to check that out too. And I've got an array of other lesson videos on my channel for you to check out as well. But other than that, thank you very much once again for watching, listening, and playing along and learning guitar with me today. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.